Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I came on a little bit early because I have a lot to cover today and because I want to give people a few minutes to join me. I'm looking over here to the right because I'm just checking that I am going live into the group. I've decided to check that on my mobile phone so I don't touch my setup here because I'm giving you a presentation today. Let me just see. Yes, I'm live in the group, which is brilliant. You may notice I look a bit different. I have a new webcam because my other one, which I loved, started acting strangely last week and continued to behave erratically. So I ended up buying a new webcam. So I look a bit different in it, a little bit brighter, a little bit clearer. I think the definition is a bit higher. So you can probably see my pores today. So I wanted to start a little bit earlier just to make sure that I was set up. If you're joining me live, say hello. I'm just starting to see some eyes joining me now. So say hello. I can actually see your comments over here on my right. So if I'm looking to the right, that's what I'm doing. I have so much to cover today and I'm really excited about it. So I'm dying to get started. My live is a little bit different this week. My live timing because tomorrow I go to Monaco. My husband has a problem with his knee. He had some surgery last year, so he needs to see the surgeon. So the two of us and some friends have decided to abscond to Monaco for the day. And we may get the casino in, but I'm also thinking of visiting one of my favorite vintage shops there. So I'm rather excited about that. So tomorrow I'm on my holidays officially, so I'm really looking forward to that. If you're joining me live, say hello. What time is it now? 2:58. It's still a little early. Say hello. Tell me where you're joining from. I'm looking at my mobile phone here on the right so that I can see your comments. I can see your comments here on StreamYard as well. The problem is if you don't give it permission, I don't know who it is. And I love to know who is here with me. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. Hashtag replay if you're watching this on replay. So let me know who's here. So far we have Sayumi and we have Gloria. Brilliant. I don't want to get started until we have a few more people on. This is not my usual time. Normally I do Friday morning, but I decided to do this evening. So I might have a slightly different audience, which is absolutely fine too. How are you doing today? Are you looking forward to my presentation? So today I'm going to be talking about, have you set yourself up for success? So it's going to be a little bit different to what I normally do. Normally, I go into much more kind of a detail around color or style or something related to marketing or sales. Today, I'm going to be looking at the bigger picture of your business. And it may be challenging for some of you because it's going to be talking about something that you possibly haven't thought too much about before, or something that you think maybe that it's not possible for you. So I am going to be telling you today that you really need to take a critical look at your business and ask yourself some questions. Is this where I want to be? Is this what I want in the longer term? So let us see if there's some more people joining. We're just coming up on the hour now. So people should be finding us very soon. If you're joining live, say hello. If you're joining on replay, hashtag replay. So I suppose while I'm waiting, and if you're here live with me, can you let me know, are you happy with where your business is at the moment? Or are you looking to have it in a completely different place in 6 months or a year from now? So as you are watching what I'm saying today, I want you to take some notes. I want you to ask questions, and I want you to critically look at what you're currently doing. Okay, brilliant. I'm just starting to see some more eyes joining now. Say hello, say hi, let me know who it is. Claire, hey, great to see you. The phone tells me who's watching. Yeah. Gloria's saying, looking to have it in a different place right now. Okay, well, I think this presentation is perfect for you then, Gloria. As I said, it's a little bit different to what I usually present, but I think that you will find this very, very valuable. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to share my presentation. So let me know if you can see my slide on the screen. You should be looking at, have you set yourself up for success? An honest look at your business setup. I think it is actually appearing on the screen now. And I'm going to start this presentation right to cover. So as I said previously, I normally talk about a specific topic in the image styling or the personal styling industry, like marketing or sales or color or style. Today I'm going to be talking about the big picture, and I'd like you to really also to look at the bigger picture of your own business. And unfortunately, many personal stylists don't do this. They're already kind of in the thick of things, and then they realize, oh my God, this is not going to get me what I thought it was going to get me. So it's never too late. There's always the chance to pivot and change things up. So I want you to really think about that as I go through the presentation today. So the title is, have you set yourself up for success? An honest look at your business setup. Okay, let's go. So I am going to be talking about the bigger picture of your business and how you can set yourself up for success. And for success, by success, I mean both financial freedom, 5K plus per month income, and time freedom. Because 5K a month is no good, 10K a month is no good, 20K a month is no good if you don't have the kind of business and the kind of freedom that you want in your business. So I'm going to be talking about the six-figure stylist formula. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of other things, but this is the formula that I have used for success and what I teach my high-ticket clients how to create a six-figure business, basically. So I'm going to share all that with you today. Okay, the six-figure stylist formula is what got me to consistent six-figure income, and it's also what gets my clients to consistent six-figure income. It may not come today, it may not come tomorrow, but if you have the right business model in place to begin with, your chances of reaching six-figure income is much higher. I'm financially independent, which gives me a lot more freedom. It means that if something changes tomorrow morning, I can take care of my boys, I can take care of myself. Anything can happen at any time. So being financially free and having to rely on somebody else, to me, is critically important. I have bought my dream car, which is not hugely fancy, but it is my dream car, and I feel very, very proud to have been able to buy it. And also, I have, renovated our homes here in the south of France. I have renovated my home in Ireland, and I continue to renovate my home in Ireland. I treat my family regularly. I have peace of mind, and I am here for my boys all the time. So that's really where I have gotten to over the last 4+ years. It wasn't always the case, I can tell you. Now, I am in the unique position where I was a personal stylist for many years before I became a mentor to other personal stylists. And I also work with personal stylists every single day. And what I see out there is that the majority of personal stylists do not have a business model that brings them in consistent income. They are struggling from month to month. This is typical and normal for most personal stylists. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because oftentimes these personal stylists are massively talented. Oftentimes they're highly educated, and they're coming from corporate jobs where they were earning far, far more money. I know that was my case. I was earning 10K a month 20 years ago. And when I became a personal stylist, most months I was earning less than $1,000 a month. Which is absolutely scandalous for highly educated, savvy women. Somehow, the personal styling industry has taught us that, our skills are not worth more money. So I am going to be really challenging that today. I'm going to be challenging how you look at yourself and how you look at your business. If you're already making 10K a month, 20K a month, this presentation is not for you. It's for the traditionally trained personal stylist who's just not happy with the return on their investment, on their time in their business. So let's dive in. Next slide. Okay, this is the main slide of my presentation actually, and I want to show you two different business models here. I want to talk about the enthusiast business model, and I want to talk about the strategic action taker business model. Now, can you guess where the majority of personal stylists are at? Are they the enthusiast or are they the strategic action taker? If you think they're the enthusiast, just put E in the comments. If you think they're at the stage where they're the strategic action taker, can you put the SAT in the chat? Can you do that for me? Please, 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 please. Daniela is saying Facebook is not delivering the notifications. This is the problem with Facebook. I am seeing your notes, but yeah, this is the problem with Facebook. They will decide whether they're going to deliver or not. So Daniela said E. What does everybody else think? Do you think the majority of personal stylists fall within the enthusiast, or do you think they fall in the strategic action taker business model? The difference really between the two is the enthusiast is earning a lot less than 5K a month in most cases, whereas the strategic action taker is earning 5K plus per month. So right now I'm seeing E's, which is exactly what I see. I see that the majority of personal stylists out there today are traditionally trained. Actually, both these personal stylists are traditionally trained. This makes me very, very sad that the majority of personal stylists are barely getting by most months. They're constantly considering, do I need to shut down my business? Do I need to go back to work? What do I need to do here? So the majority of them are doing what they have been trained to do, which is selling color and style and wardrobe and personal shopping. The majority are charging about $250 or its equivalent per consult. Some of them are charging a lot less. To make 5K a month at that charge, you would need 20 clients per month. 20 clients per month. Now, getting 20 clients a month is really difficult. I can honestly say I tried doing that. It was really difficult. And even if you did get 20 clients a month, charging that amount for them, you would be run ragged and half dead and have no time for your family. That would, at a minimum, require 40 hours of face-to-face work with your client. Now, for most people, that is completely impossible. It is just really unrealistic that you could make 5K a month or more if you were doing that by yourself. So most personal stylists aren't. Most personal stylists are making 1,000 or around 1,000 or some a lot less per month using the model that we have been taught to use. Now, I was taught in the exact same way 20 years ago. I think that it's the same model that's been taught now, as far as I'm aware. I don't know anybody else who talks about what I'm going to talk about next, which is the strategic action taker. So I'm going to compare and contrast that. And basically, excuse me for a minute while I find my group again. It keeps moving around here. So the second model I'm going to talk about here is the strategic action taker. Now, this is going to challenge a lot of you. I know it will, because it challenged me when I came across it initially. So this is a completely different business model. You are going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to step into something completely different. And this is selling high or ticket, because it's not really still high ticket, but high or ticket, or charging more for your services. A high value online program. This, for instance, could be around 1,300 euros or dollars or your equivalent per participant, and it is a group program. To make 5K a month, you would need 4 clients. That's all you'd need, 4 clients a month. You'd be pulling them in to make 5K a month. Watch how many hours, watch how many face hours you have. You have 8 hours of Zoom work per month. So you have time for marketing. Most personal stylists haven't a clue of the amount of time required to market to get clients in. It takes a lot of time. Now, I know a lot of you became a personal stylist because you wanted to spend more time doing color analysis. You wanted to spend more time doing style and wardrobe and all the rest of it. The reality is, as a small business owner, you also have to do the marketing and sales. And honestly, that is the bigger part of a small business. It really is. And I think a lot of us, when we come into the industry initially, we're shocked. We entered because we thought we'll be doing color and style and having fun all the time. Actually, you have to spend a lot of time marketing to get clients in the door. If you want to be just doing color and style and wardrobe and personal shopping all the time, you have to work for someone else and they get the clients. They'll get the clients for you. But otherwise, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be a personal stylist and a business owner, you have to look at another model if you want 5K or more. Now, if you are happy, this presentation is not for you. If you're happy with what you're currently doing, if you're happy with the return and what you're getting, this presentation is not for you. And you continue doing what you are happy to do and what you want to spend your time doing. But understand that if you are doing personal styling as per the enthusiast, it's a hobby. It's not a business. It's a hobby. So do you want to have a hobby or do you want to have a business? It's absolutely fine to have a hobby. Just go ahead and have a hobby. But if you want to have a business that brings in money, you need to start looking at this as a business owner. Now, these figures that I shared here on this slide are actually my own figures. So this 250 per consult was what I charged for my color and style services when I did face-to-face services. Now, when I went online, I kind of didn't know if it would work. So I started out by charging 99 euros for an online style consult. Now, I do think that the first step is number 1, to niche down, and number 2, to get online. If you haven't done those two things, you're not going to be moving into the second bracket anytime soon. So step number 1, niche down. Step number 2, go online. That's what I did. That's what I teach my clients to do. Okay, so if any of this is, you have a different idea, if you have a different opinion, you are very welcome to put it in the comments. I'd love to hear whether you've heard about this before, whether you've thought about this before. Is this completely new to you, or you're shocked, or you're challenged, or whatever you're feeling right now? I'd love to know. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in terms of the difference between the enthusiast and the strategic action taker, and what are the two big differences between them. So let's go deeper into the enthusiast. As I said, I was the enthusiast for many years. It's not that you have to stay being the enthusiast, but understand what the strategic action taker does different compared to the enthusiast. So actually, both the enthusiast and the strategic action taker are traditionally trained personal stylists. They're trained in color, they're trained in style, they're trained in shopping and wardrobe. And oftentimes there's a one-day business course tagged on at the end, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, but that is the way that it's taught. This is not enough for you to be a business owner. You know that you're capable of so much more. You know you're talented. You know you have a lot to offer, but you can never quite make it happen. You know, you can never really, increase your income or rely on a consistent income. You just make enough to get by, and you're living in fear. A lot of us live in fear that, oh my God, it's all the doors are going to shut and I'm going to have to go back to a 9 to 5, or, I'm just going to have to give up my business because it's completely not working. No solid strategy. Going from month to month, trying to sell color, trying to sell style. You try this strategy, you try that strategy, but it's not a solid strategy. You don't really know what you're doing. Now, let's take a look at the strategic action taker and just look at how different she is. Number one, she trusts herself and takes action every single day. She's a doer, she's an action taker, and she bets on herself. She builds a strong income. That is the focus of her business. How can I make that sale? How can I build a strong income? She has multiple income streams. Usually it's not just one income stream. She has several different things going on. When I think of my six-figure stylists, yes, they have several things going on. It's not just one income stream of color and style and wardrobe and shopping. She has semi-passive income. Actually, that program that I talked about earlier and showed you in the strategic action taker, those figures are based on two semi-passive programs that I have, my 5 weeks to online color expert and my unstoppable style. That's what I charge for them. They require very little work on my part to run constantly. She has an abundance mindset. Now, she may not always have had an abundance mindset, but she has developed an abundance mindset because she knows how important it is. She invests freely in herself. This like drives me crazy. A lot of personal stylists have a scarcity mindset. They don't invest in themselves, and then they wonder why other people don't invest in them. A scarcity mindset is one of the first things that an enthusiast needs to work on to go into the strategic action taker. They're proud of what they have achieved. So they work very, very hard, but they are very proud of what they have achieved. She can travel and work freely, and she can work from anywhere in the world. And I'm going to show you some examples of that and in a little while, that this is actually possible for any of you that decide that this is what you want to do. And it is just a decision. It's just a decision. Are you going to stay where you are, or are you going to move into this strategic action taker and do the things that this personal stylist does? It's just a decision at the end of the day. And this is a picture of me and my dogs. And I can't remember why I put in this slide, but I think it's to show that, this is where I'm at now, but I wasn't always here. It's not that long ago, and I'm going to give you the exact dates. I posted for the first time online on social media in March 2019. That's not that long ago. I was not online at that point. I actually didn't get online until a bit after that, I think. I wasn't online even yet. So that's how short the time is that we're talking about. I have built a six-figure business from scratch. Actually, I did that in 2 years. and I work 20 hours a week. So it's not that I am working around the clock all day and all night. Tomorrow, as I said, I'm just taking the whole day off. I'm going to Monaco. I take my weekends off. Sometimes I work at the weekend, but then I'll take Monday off. And I am there for my boys when they come in from school. I'm there in the morning. I do some classes in school with them. I spend my summers in Ireland. Now, that doesn't mean that I take 3 months off in the summer. No, I don't. I work from Ireland because my family is there. And that's one of the other things that the enthusiast does. You cannot take 3 months off in the summer and, also tell me, excuse me, that you want 5K a month. That's not how it works. If you had a real job working for a company, would you take 3 months off in the summer? But a lot of people, a lot of personal stylists do. If you're serious about, income in your business, really anybody serious, I don't take 3 months off in the summer. Now, I might take a month or I might take 2 weeks at a time, but I don't take 3 full months. I just completely leave my business. So I spend my summers in Ireland, and I do this all while being there for my boys. That is the most important thing for me. I want to be there for my family. I want to be there with my boys. So what I'm going to walk you through step by step the 6-figure stylist formula after this. But I want to just point out who this works for first of all. So it works for personal stylists who are established in their business. So, you've been doing it for, 3+ years. You have clients, not as many as you'd like, but you feel you're established with, color and style, your services very well. You have the basics in place. So this will work very well for you. It also will work for personal stylists who are not established for a long time. I had a personal stylist join the 6-figure stylist program recently. She is new. She's a new personal stylist, and she just went straight in and created a higher ticket, higher value program and sold it. So it doesn't mean that you have to put in 10 years of hard labor as a personal stylist before you move to this strategic action taker model. You can move straight away into this. And actually, I wish to God that somebody had come and told me this when I was starting out my business all those years ago. Number 3 is personal stylists who are restless and they know that they are meant for more. You know that there's more out there, you want more, and you are ready to go for it. Maybe you're just at a different stage in your life. Now, I want to show you 2 personal stylists that I've worked with to show you what's possible. Because what's the point in talking about me? Many of you will say, well, you're a coach. It's different for you. It's easier for you. I get this all the time. Actually, it's the exact same for me. I also have to get clients. I also have to niche down. I also have to be really clear in my messaging. I also have to differentiate myself. So actually, the model I use for myself is exactly the model I use for personal stylists. And I teach nothing that I don't implement myself. So I want to introduce you to Claire, the lovely Claire. This is Claire Butler. Claire Butler was a personal stylist for 18 years when she came to me. She is extremely talented. She is extremely good at what she does. She was doing some online work. Not as much as she'd like. She also wanted to make more income in her business, but Claire's big problem was she thought, nobody's going to pay me. Nobody is going to pay me more than 1,000 for my program. They just won't. I'm struggling for clients to pay me, 150. How will they pay me, more than 1,000? So she had this mindset, and it was a really, really persistent mindset. But somehow she decided to come and work with me. Actually, I know the reason why, because we had done actually an online course together at the start of the time that I decided to go online. And both of us actually failed at creating a successful online program at the time. But later I kind of figured it all out in a way that would work, and I actually created the Six Figure Stylist, and then Claire came and joined the Six Figure Stylist. And she did develop a completely new high value, high price program, and she did sell it. She sold it. And she overcame 18 years of belief, actually. And I'm just so proud of Claire, because there was some tough moments in the program where, you know, she balked and she just said, this is not working for me again. And she got stuck in the exact same places she'd been getting stuck on over and over again. But she overcame it, and she is selling her programs since. So I'm extremely proud of Claire. And also want to show you Romy. And Romy is a little bit different from Claire in that she was completely doing face-to-face services. She had never worked online before she came to work with me. The other issue that Romy had was she had a couple of different services, and she didn't know how to gel them together to create a cohesive message, because we all know that as one woman shows, as personal stylists, we don't have a staff, and marketing one thing is way easier than trying to market all the things. And this was a problem I faced in my first business as well. I had nutrition services and I had image services, and I really struggled to marry the two together. So when Romy came to me, she wanted to marry her services together, and she wanted an online offering because she works in Singapore. And actually, Romy is a Japanese expat who lives in Singapore. So she developed a completely new online program combining her image consulting services and her holistic therapies. She became an online sensation in the expat Japanese world. Romy actually writes in Japanese. So you can actually imagine that she has perfect English as well, but she has chosen, you know, the Japanese market as her market. And in Singapore, you know, her audience is very small. So going online made a lot of sense for her. And also because she's an expat, at any time, herself and her husband and her family could decide to move anywhere in the world. So having a business that will move with you is really critical. Now, this hit me hard, I can tell you, when I moved from Singapore here to the south of France, because I completely lost all my clients, all my custom, everything. And it wasn't until I went back online that I started getting some of my old clients again that I had in Singapore. So I was kind of forced online, but best move ever, best nudge from the universe ever. Romy generated 8K in her first launch. I mean, she's a total star. She really, truly is. She was my second client ever for my high ticket program. I had Helen Allen, she was number one, and Romy was my second client. She's just amazing women, amazing women who just have done amazing in their business, and I'm so proud of them. And I just wanted to showcase them there and show what's possible, because loads of you keep saying to me, it's okay for you, Aileen, you're different. Actually, I'm not different. I am, you know, I am from a tiny village in the south of Ireland. I had huge hang-ups about my accent. I had huge hang-ups about the way I look. I had huge hang-ups that I didn't look like a personal stylist. You know, I had all the things. I came from manufacturing. Many of you have seen me in my manufacturing clothes, covered in head to toe. I had to move through a lot to get to where I am today. Now, I don't know what you want. I really don't know what you want, whether you want to work online, whether you want to work from, you know, somewhere else in the world, whether you want to be able to spend more time with your family or work into your 70s and 80s. I definitely do. I love this industry. I love what I do. I want to be able to work into my 70s and 80s. And the enthusiast business model will not allow you to do that. It just won't. As we get older, that model does not work for us. So the question is, do you want to work into your 70s and 80s? What do you want to be doing? Do you want to be working from a desert island? Do you want to be vacationing on a desert island? Do you, just like me, want to renovate your houses? You know, I've renovated the upstairs of my townhouse in Ireland, but there's a shop downstairs that I'll probably convert into apartments now. So this is an additional source of income for me. So I don't know what it is you want, but if you want more than what you currently have, then you really need to start critically looking at what you're doing. And I highly, highly recommend you to consider the six-figure stylist formula that I'm going to talk to you about right now. So there's 7 steps that I can take you through here. If you have something to take notes, take them right now. So step 1 in the process of where you are right now. Number 1 is vision and preparation. Where do you want to be in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? You need to look at where you want to be, how you want to be working. Next, you need to consider niching down. Everybody that comes and works with me niches down. Nobody is selling color and style. This is the old model. I am suggesting that you move to the new model. It doesn't mean that you don't need to know how to do online color. It doesn't mean you don't need to know how to do online style and wardrobe and all those services. You do, but they are your tools. You're not selling your tools. You're selling the solution to a problem. So vision and preparation are really, really important. So if you are completely bamboozled and you're thinking, what do I need to do right now? Number 1, you need to niche down. And number 2, you need to get online. Get online because there are more clients online. You can be more niche online. You can be more specialized online. So that's step 1. So, skip step 2. Step 2, create a program, a very, very specific program that solves a problem for your ideal client. Now, that doesn't mean putting color and style and shopping and wardrobe all together and selling them for $1,000 or euros or whatever your thing is. That is not what I mean by creating a high ticket program. They, again, are your tools. It's all about how you create the message around what you are creating and the problem that you're solving. So your copy and your sales offer and how you present that to the world is absolutely key. That's what allows you to charge more for your services. People do not see the value in a color or a style or, for instance, a wardrobe audit. But they see the value in something like if you get them through their divorce, post-divorce situation, and they get more in court. And you create a program that will help them to do that. Now, that's just an example. And most people say to me, but I'm not a lawyer. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to advise them on the law. You can help them with the tools that you have. So creating the solution and creating the copy around the solution is really key. It's really, really, really key. Number 3, testing and feedback. So lots of people go then when I tell them that, go and create a high ticket program, that's the way to go. The problem is most people create a high ticket program and they never sell it. They never sell it, and they've put in all this work and they've created this big thing and they've never, ever sell it. Maybe that's you. I don't know. Definitely I did this. And that's why we sell the program in the six-figure stylist before we create it. That is really, really key, because maybe your program is not addressing your ideal client's problem. Maybe she's not willing to pay for that. So the testing and the feedback stage is really, really critical. It's really important. So that's step 3. Step 4 is marketing. Marketing marketing. If you haven't niched down, if you're not clear in your niche, marketing is going to be a nightmare. Your messaging is going to be a nightmare. You're not going to be able to do this bit, and you're going to end up being generic and not connecting with your ideal client. So being really good at marketing is a skill you need to develop. And it is one of the main skills that I teach in the Six Figure Stylist. Step 5 is sales. I like to look at sales as serving. I don't like a hard sell at all myself. I don't teach a hard sell, but at the same time, you need to be able to sell your services. And this is something you really need to get comfortable with. So this is also one of the pillars of content in the Six Figure Stylist. Fine, one more step after this one, there is refinement. So you are continually refining your program, refining your messaging, refining your sales process to, specifically target this ideal client and get her on board. So step 6 is refinement, and step 7, only at that point do you scale and leverage. And by scaling and leverage, I mean growing your business. So you can take more clients in, for instance, maybe you start running ads, so scale and leverage. Most people try and do this too early and they fall flat on their face. You need to have everything else going really well before you move into the scaling and leveraging. So some tips for you around this process. Don't be naive. It's not enough to be a brilliant personal stylist. It's not enough to be passionate about what you do. I learned this hard way. Actually, that's what I wrote about in my chapter in Dreamers and Changemakers. You can get this actually on Amazon for $1.95, I think, for the e-copy. You will read my story in there. But basically, it is not enough to be an amazing personal stylist. It really and truly isn't. Delegate too soon. Don't hand over your marketing to somebody else. Don't hand over your sales to somebody else. These are skills that you need to market or need to develop yourself. So some do's: focus on strategy. You have to have a strategy. Don't just be wandering from one day to the next, 1 week to the next, and hope things will change. That does not work. It doesn't work. So focus on having a clear strategy and how you're going to get there. How are you going to get to 5K months? How exactly are you going to do that? Get help. Get help to do it. As personal stylists, we often wander around trying to do everything ourselves. It's the same when we're a new mother. Somehow we think we have to do all this ourselves. Honestly, I would not be where I am today if I tried to do it myself. I got help and I invested in myself every step of the way. I always have a mentor. I'm always in a program. I'm always learning. I'm always backing myself and investing in myself because I know this is the fastest way to what I want. So this is the life that I have created for myself here. And I just wanted to show you this because this was on my vision board ever before it actually became a reality. I had to put a strategy in place to get to this place in my life. And that's what you need to do too. So if you are ready and you feel, oh my God, the Six Figure Stylist is definitely for me, book a call with me. If you feel like it's just a step too far for me right now, it really is a step too far for me. The first step is niching down. The first step, no matter what program you come and do with me, the first step is niching down. So I am running a half-day VIP niching workshop next week on Monday. On Monday, I'm giving people the opportunity to get in there and work with me on their niche. I did run a Niche and Prosper workshop not last week, the week before, and it went really well. I had 10 participants. 2 of the participants in there then decided to join my 6-figure stylist program. It is the first step. Even if you come into the 6-figure stylist, which actually the next round is starting next Wednesday, one of the first things we'll do is we will niche down. We will niche down because it's so critical. It really is so critical. Now, the niching session that I'm running on Monday is a little bit different. I want to focus a little bit more on the people who have a specific event or a podcast appearance, or they just want to get their messaging right for something. Or if you feel like, look, I've niched down already, but I'm not sure if something feels off about it, it doesn't feel quite right, or you want to go deeper and if you wonder if something specific is a good idea for you. You know, you've already a niche, but you've been thinking, I need to go deeper. So this niching session, this half-day session that I'm doing on Monday, it's going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit faster. It's only for 3 personal stylists. So it's going to be a lot of one-on-one working together to do this deep niching work that's required. Many of my personal stylists come into the 6-figure stylists program and they say to me, I'm already niche. You're not already niche, probably. You're still too general. Or your messaging is off a little bit, or you're not combining things a bit enough. So usually the niching bit is the most important bit to get started. So I'm giving you 2 options here today to work. Number 1 is to work with me in this half-day VIP intensive, or if you feel like, you know, I'm ready to, you know, do what it takes to get into the 6-figure stylist and start there and be in a completely different place in 6 months' time, then book a call with me. DM me either way and we'll decide what to do. So no fancy sales offer, no nothing. There's 2 ways that you can work with me right now. There's the half-day VIP niching intensive, or you can book a call or come straight into the 6-figure stylist program. So that is my presentation. That is my presentation. And that was a lot of talking on my part. What are your thoughts on what I just delivered to you? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Have you seen this message before? Have you thought about this before? Where are you at after listening to this? I'd love, love, love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts, to hear what questions you have. What do you want to ask me about that? This is your opportunity to really ask me any question you want. Even if you're watching this on replay, you can do #replay. Do you feel that this is possible for you? I have a feeling that many of you think that this is not possible for you, but it is possible for you. It is totally possible for you. Now, when I started out, maybe I didn't think it was possible for me either. It took me taking the first step and the second step and the third step before I realized that it was possible for me. Do you think this is possible for you? Have you earned this kind of income in another job, perhaps? And just because somebody else was paying you that, you felt that you were worth it. But now that you're working for yourself, you feel you're not worth it. So, you know, I know that the presentation I gave today is a bit more higher level than I normally give. But I felt that you're ready for it. You're ready to hear this, and nobody else is talking about it in the industry. And I am just wondering why personal stylists aren't creating something that will, you know, deliver to them longer term. I'm just being really honest with you. Why aren't you creating something in your business that will deliver something to you more longer term? So, no questions. Either nobody's asking me a question or the comments are not working. I'm not quite sure. Let me see if there's anything in here. Daniela said, you're amazing, Aileen. Thank you, Daniela. Actually, yes, I'm very proud of how far that I've come, Daniela, but it's not that long since I was a personal stylist struggling from month to month to month. Now, I've absolutely seen no comments. I'm seeing no comments whatsoever. I am seeing some hearts though, which is good. Does anyone have a question for me? I have about 5 minutes before I have to go and collect my boys from school. I'm very, very happy to answer any questions. Gloria said, this is exactly what I feel is missing in my business strategy. It's what most people are missing in their business, Gloria, is a strategy. We're not taught strategy in our image consulting courses. And even if we're, investing in ourselves and buying this course and buying that course and buying something to, improve ourselves on Instagram and buying something to improve our copy and buying something to improve our sales, that's not a strategy. That's just more shiny object things that we think is going to get us to where we want to go. But at some point, we really, really, really need to look at the overall strategy. How are you going to get to 5K months? What are you going to do that? What are you going to do differently? And most people can't do that by themselves, unfortunately. I definitely couldn't do it by myself. So, Deborah said, honestly, I just can't come up with what I would be able to do to niche down. I know some of your past clients have already had a special interest, a shoe person, but I just can't see what I would do over and above the style and color. I feel that I would have to have something specific that I did before I could fine tune it into the six-figure stylist. Absolutely. No question about it, Deborah. You need to niche down. That is what my niching session is on Monday. You need to niche down first. And sometimes it's really obvious to the other person, but it's not obvious to you. It's not obvious to you. Sometimes we're really afraid to move into our niche as well. That is really, really important. So if niching is your thing and you just can't, you're struggling, honestly, I don't believe in selling color and style. I don't. I did at one point because I knew nothing else, but I don't believe that that's the way to, earn lots of money. If you want to have a hobby, brilliant. If you want to earn money, there's no personal stylist I know making loads of money selling color and style. It doesn't mean they're not doing color and style. They're doing their tools. And that's the other reason why you have to get help, is because you can't see yourself. We can't see ourselves how to do it. We just can't. Majda said, hello, Aileen. Can you tell me a bit more about marketing step 4? So, Majda, there is so much to talk about marketing. I definitely couldn't answer it in 5 minutes. I would say I would redirect you to some of my free training in here, Majda. When you work with me in the six-figure stylist, we market specifically your high ticket program. So it depends on what you're marketing. At the end of the day, do you know your niche? What are you marketing? Meg just said she had no time to deal with social media. So my question is, how are you promoting your services? Or are you busy, out there doing color and style and doing events and doing all the things that's not bringing in money? To buzzy face-to-face client. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you can never work with face-to-face clients. You absolutely. So Maja said she loves her niche. Brilliant. So what is your niche, Maja? What is your niche? I'd love to know what your niche is. And at the end of the day, if you love what you're doing, you get a buzz from what you're doing, you're happy, then continue doing it. I don't want to convince anyone. Honestly, at this point, you have to convince yourself. Yeah, so I'm really not into convincing anymore because, well, number one, I can't convince you, and number two, it's something you need to convince yourself of. It's not about me convincing you. Like, I know it works. It's worked for me. It works for my clients. It's more about you deciding, is it worth moving out of my comfort zone? Is it worth trying something new? Um, and I knew that today would actually create a lot of questions in your mind. I knew that it would, make you think. And that's really, really great. So maybe it's made you think, I'm doing exactly what I should be doing. This is what I've chosen. This is what I want to continue doing. Or maybe it's making you think, I need to do something different. That was the purpose of this presentation today. So, anything else? Anything else? So, Madja, the other thing to tell you about marketing is, that 5-day challenge that we did where you got, was it 4 or 5 new clients? That was marketing. That was marketing. But you were marketing color and style again, or a smaller package. That's marketing at the end of the day. So the marketing I teach in the Six Figure Stylist is marketing a higher ticket program. It's just marketing your higher ticket program, strategies to do that. Any other questions before I go? Any other questions? If you're watching this on replay, #replay. So I need marketing. I honestly, Medja, I don't know what you need. It depends on what your goals are. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to achieve. Maybe you're happy with what you already have. I think you just need to look at maybe the bigger picture, Medja, and see what it is you want. What is it you want? Medja saying business women only for me. Okay. I don't consider that. Is it because you used to be a businesswoman before, Medja? Why only business women? Why only business women is my question to you. Because you love them? Or is it because you feel they're the only ones that can afford you? So these are just questions I'm asking you to get you thinking about what you're currently doing. And at the end of the day, I want you to know that it's totally possible for you. I have clients who've come into the Six Figure Stylist who still didn't think it was possible for them, and they finished the Six Figure Stylist and they knew that it was possible for them. So any questions, you can DM me. If you'd like to join the niching session on Monday, message me and explain to me, why you want to do the niching session with me. And if you want to join the Six Figure Stylist, if you want to talk about that, you can also message me and we can set up a call and talk about that, or you can come directly in. I have 2 more spots that I would like to fill before Wednesday, and then it'll be closed for a while again. So it's over to you now. I will let you do what you need to do. So thank you, everyone, for your attention this afternoon. I really hope that it has made you think about where you want to get to in your business and how you're going to do that. And I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much, everyone. And it will be back to our usual sessions from next Friday onwards. I think I'm here next Friday onwards. I am going to Jersey to visit my brother next weekend, but maybe I will be here on Friday. So I'm hoping to have a live session on Friday. Daniela is saying, thank you. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.